Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Standard. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Red-Green Dinosaurs. Something has survived. Hopefully it won't be our opponents. This deck is pretty sweet. Drew over the Mighties and Registrar Alphas with Savage Stomps. That's a deck. That's a magic deck. This deck, ooh, and that's one we're gonna need to kill as soon as possible. Yuck. Okay, sure wish I'd been on the play this time around. It's a nice card. Yeah, this Winding Constrictor is going to get a chance to go off before we can deal with it. Anyways, yeah, this red-green deck got top 64 at the Standard Open last weekend. I think it's pretty strong. Wow. This is a disaster, though. This is kind of a nut draw from our opponent. A tune into Constrictor into Ballista on the play. And that's why Sultai Energy is the best deck in Standard. Just plays the most broken cards. This is a nice draw for us. So this is one of the better draws I think we can have. So I think I play the Drover here. The reason being, if I play the Scavenger, and then my opponent just plays land, he can put Ballista up to 3, kill the Scavenger, still have a Ballista, and then we're basically dead. And doing it this way, you know, if he chooses to do that to kill our Drover, more power to him. But yeah, I mean, otherwise he has to turn it in for the Drover. Let's see what this is. See if this is an even remotely beatable card. But yeah, next turn we can play Scavenger plus Savage Stomp and take out the Constrictor. And then the Ballista is not as much of a problem. Yeah, this is the play he goes with. Well, it's still pretty bad for us. Because we still get 2 for 1. He just went in on that play. We did the best we could to try to make it something else, but we just didn't have a chance, and now we don't really have much we can do here. I guess the play. Oops, don't want to concede quite yet. I guess the play is to play this and get rid of his Attune. See if he allows it. I don't think he's going to. Okay, well, we caught a break there. Alright, now we can Savage Stomp the Constrictor dead. Alright, we caught a break. Our opponent, I doubt they have 6, but maybe didn't think that one through. He can still kill it. It's got 2 damage on it, but he has to trade the Ballista for it. So, okay, well, we got life again. Our opponent still has a million cards in hand, of course. But we do get to start now playing Registrar Alphas. Yeah, Death Gorge Scavenger is a very good card. So is Glint Sleeve Siphoner, unfortunately. But you know what? It doesn't super impact the board right here. A Braid, huh? Quite tempting to a Braid here. But I don't think we do. I think we just play the Registrar Alpha and start the beatdown. He's got plenty of cards anyways. Alright, we'll get in there with a team. We'll get rid of his Winding Constrictor. Get a little bit of life back for what that's worth. So now, if any block he makes is a trade, that's good for us. We can take both of his creatures, no matter if they double block. If he puts a Siphoner in front of the token, he can then remove a counter from Ballista to kill it. But even that's fine, because it's just our token that came along with Registrar Alpha, and we have another one waiting in the proverbial Dino Wings. He's going to Fatal Push the token. I guess that's kind of a win for us. He does get to start drawing with the Siphoner here. But we get to attack for a lot of damage next turn with the Alpha. His removal doesn't necessarily match up well. And, he can draw a lot of cards, but outside of, I guess, probably Bristling Hydra, they don't necessarily match up well with what we have on board. So I think the Abrade will have value later on when he tries to make double blocks or something of the sort. Not sure what our opponent's trying to do here. Looks like he probably does have Bristling Hydra and tapped wrong. So that's unfortunate. Oh, just a Rogue Refiner. Okay, absolutely. Obviously a good Magic card and good for him, but one that we can manage right now, especially if he attacks with this. He needs blocks. I'll take it. I mean, he just wants to draw cards. I get it. That's good later, considering what we have here. All right, this Regisaur Alpha even gets to attack, so we're attacking for a whole bunch of damage this turn. We get to eat his Fatal Push, make our guy 5/4. Yeah, so Rogue Refiner itself cannot trade with anything. It'll at least take a counter from a Ballista, but we're attacking for a whole bunch of damage here. And then we have a Abrade plus the Ramanap Ruins and or the Hashep Oasis next turn, depending on how things shake out and what we draw. But we have a little bit of reach sitting in our mana base as well, plus the Abrade. Yeah, it's a big decision for him here. If I were him, I think I would block a Regisaur Alpha, and then I think I might put the Ballista in front of the 5/4, put the Rogue Refiner in front of the 4/4, use a Ballista to kill the 4/4. Then you only take 7 this turn. The problem is, he's going to have lots of cards, but he doesn't have a lot of life, and not everything he has matches up great. And he's going to... Same thing I said, he's just going to choose to kill this instead of these, which I guess makes some sense because this attacks for a little more. As long as it has fodder. Yeah, but still, our opponent takes 7 here. Goes down to 8. Loses his board. Outside of one Glint Sleep Siphoner. Yeah, that's why that attack with that Siphoner was pretty greedy. He had plenty of energy. And like I said, I think he needed to block. Right, he's got a lot of cards in hand. He's got 8 life, though, and we have, 11 power sitting on board, plus a Abrade in hand, plus lands that can, maybe do some work. We have enough, I believe, to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can hash up Oasis plus Abrade something. So our opponent needs something pretty powerful here. Thinking about it. This has been a really interesting game. After that start, I thought we were in trouble, but he didn't, burn his Ballista immediately to kill our Scavenger and paid the price for it. Lost Jaker's pretty good. That was the wrong decision. Oh. He needed to take our token, I think. Yeah. Most certainly needed to take the token there. And then double block the Regisaur Alpha, take 4, go to 4. Oh, unless he has Blossoming Defense. Wow, okay. Okay, well, fair enough. It's pretty good. Does it give a trample? Does not. Maybe I messed up. Maybe... Yeah, I think I messed up. I thought I didn't think about Blossoming Defense. I'm obviously not a standard expert. I know it's in the deck, but I just didn't. Not good enough at standard to just think about all these things. I was just thinking we're gonna kill it, we're gonna get a token and crash in there. But all I needed to do was attack, and it wasn't presenting lethal. But I then could have abraded in response to that Blossoming Defense that he obviously needed just to save his guy. Fortunately, all hope is not lost. And in fact, we still have good attacks. And we hope that the Ramanap Ruins can get us there. Plus this Otopec Huntmaster can give a dinosaur haste. Things certainly don't look great for us by any means. Yeah, okay. So this will die because it's going to revert to a 1-1 after damage is dealt here. I think we play this. We don't have enough to activate Ramanap Ruins. But that allows any dinosaur off the top to be pretty good. I think I punted this game, though. You know, I thought I just needed to do what I could do to present lethal, but all I really needed to do was attack and consider I actually lost the game, which was him getting to cast the card under Hostage Taker, and I should have figured out what would have allowed him to do that, and that clearly can be nothing but Blossoming Defense. So that was very poorly played on my part, and I'm probably going to pay the price for it. Yep. Oh, overpaid for it, but that's fine. I mean, I can trade with this thing. That sure doesn't do much, though, does it? It's so... I just threw this game away. That's frustrating. I mean, I don't think trading with... I mean, yes, we got to trade with Scarab God, you know, taxes his mana for another turn at least. I played so bad. Learn from my mistakes. Play better. When you... Because this deck is sweet, so when you take it to F&M, learn from my mistakes. If I play, you know, I spent last weekend... wow, he actually made that decision. All right. He just wants to activate to get my Regisaur Alpha. And we're basically on the Ramanap Ruins only plan. It's just not going to be good enough. I don't think we really have any direct damage either. Yeah. I spent last weekend, I was at Grand Prix Providence covering the release weekend at the Grand Prix, and I spent literal no time watching Standard. So and certainly no time practicing Standard. So I think that it was very possible to see that play that decided the game coming, and I didn't do it. All right. Well, let's sideboard and see if I can play a little better than I did. Is this good? It's, you know, kind of like maybe okay. It can get rid of the Scarab God, and not very many things can do that. I like most of our deck here. I don't think we want the Sweltering Suns. I don't think we want the Heroic Intervention. I don't think we want the Vance's Blasting Cannons. Carnage Tyrant is obviously very good, but we have to, you know, have to cut something. Cut a Commune. Okay. Well, I threw away game one. Let's see if I can do a little better game two. I think this is a mulligan. Samut has to go on the bottom. We have to be able to do better than that. That hand had 5 and 6 drops and you know, 2 land. It just wasn't a keep. Opponent kept 7, has the good start here. So whatever, you know, energy he does have is going to be able to do some work for him. Okay, well, Glorybringer's a card. We have cards that could win the game for us, right? These are good. Ripjaw Raptor can draw us a bunch of cards, which is important. Glorybringer is obviously probably the best possible card. But if our opponent just goes Constrictor here and then starts going off, we're in trouble. All right, so a second Attune is good for us. I would sure like to draw a Deathgorge Scavenger right here, that's for sure. We're going to draw a land instead. Okay, well, I guess we needed a land to play Glorybringer, so it could be worse. Ripjaw Raptor seems pretty good in the matchup as long as our opponent's not just going off with, you know, Windy Constrictor draws. A cub, huh? Okay, well, it's going to be a real big cub, that's for sure. All right, commune just in time to be terrible on our curve. All right, well, let's see what our opponent has. This is going to be a big turn because right now he's got 5 energy and this cub can become a 4/4. If he gets a hit with the cub in, it can become a 5/5, which gets around Glorybringer. So big deal what our opponent plays here. We'll see. The answer is Pima Rishkar. Okay, well, that's pretty good as well. Oh, man. Not really catching breaks here, but we might be able to race the cub. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I guess that doesn't really change much. Because it still gives him 6 energy, so he can still pump it to a 6/6. Which is just so unlucky because the Ripjaw Raptor would be fighting it for 5. Alright, well, I find it... we just got Slam Glorybringer here. And we're just going to have to race the cub. All right, do I kill Rishkar or do I kill Siphoner? I kill Siphoner. We gotta run him out of cards here. We might be able to race the cub though. We're obviously crashing in for 8 damage here this turn, so that's obviously very strong. Our opponent's gonna have a bunch of mana next turn, but we will then be able to Savage Stomp plus commune for another dinosaur. Hopefully for a dinosaur anyways, and not just a land, as has been the trend tonight. It's a very big cub, nothing we can do about that. Alright, he's got up to 6 mana. Let's see what he goes for. Alright, Rogue Refiner. Pretty good card. Not the end of the world, though. This is a big long tusk cub. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding. There's just so much for racing it, I guess. This is perfectly used his mana. Must have just drawn that too, given that he didn't play it before the Rishkar or anything, so unlucky all around. 9/9, huh? About to be an 11/11. Fair and balanced. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Step 1, commune. Well, I guess this chump blocks, and that's basically the game we're playing here. Step 2, Savage Stomp. I mean, this is all good for us. We might be able to handle it. Okay. Braid's pretty good too. Step 3, play Deathgord Scavenger. It's not going to have haste or anything, so we'll just get rid of the Constrictor here. Alright, I think we're up to step 4, attack with our 5/6. That he cannot profitably block. Pass the turn, and hope he doesn't kill our 3/2 and win the game. But you know what, this is actually just all we could do. This is the only way we could win this game. So we're going to take the line that was available to us. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. If any of them kill our 3/2, we lose the game. Otherwise, we might have a shot. So we get another blocker next turn, plus we get another activation on Glorybringer, and we have a Braid. So it all depends on what this card is right here. And it's a hostage shaker to win the game. All right, well, we were pretty crushed there. That deck is borderline best deck in Standard. In fact, it's very clearly the best deck in Standard. Just hostage shaker is nutty. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. You have to kill the Constrictor on turn 2, and then you have to not let them go off with Cubs. I think you just have to be playing Fumigates in order to really have a good matchup against that deck. So I think blue-white approach is probably going to stick around in the metagame simply because that deck exists, and Sultai energy is very, very strong, as you just saw. But Dinosaurs was in the match. I think I punted away game 1, and game 2 we were right there on the edge. If you didn't have an answer to our creature, or if we had drawn that at Braid, obviously at a slightly different point, the game could have gone very differently. But good match. Thanks for watching.